Oh, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Show with another video, and today we're talking about Expedition 33. Now, this game looks fire. It looks so good. Now, I gotta say, I am a massive turn-based fan. I think I've shown it a lot on this channel. A lot of the times, I don't even like to record turn-based games because I just have so much fun with them. But this one looks really, really interesting, and it looks really new. In the world where we have Metaphor and Persona and stuff, this one looks like, to me, like a Dark Souls kind of turn-based game. And I only say that because of the weird looking creatures and stuff, and the art style in itself looks like kind of stuff like Elden Ring and you know, games like that. I'm not necessarily saying that it's gonna have those same type of features and the game's gonna play like that. It's just a vibe that it gives off to me. And I think a turn-based Dark Souls heavy on the lore type of game would be really cool. Now, I mentioned before that Expedition 33 is an RPG, but it's not really just a normal RPG. It's kind of an evolution, you know, like a lot of the turn-based RPGs, they feel dated because a lot of people used to play them back in the day and they don't really like that type of gameplay no more. Me personally, I love turn-based, I said that earlier, and I think that game should continue to use it and improve on it, like Metaphor did, Dragon Quest, all the games that wants to stay to that format. You can see famous games that are turn-based turning away from that, like Final Fantasy, but it's good to see that there are games that are coming out in today's age that carry that kind of legacy with it. But this one just seems a little different. You gotta admit, like the storytelling seems to be on top notch. I mean, we've had that before. But the world building is something I'm very interested in. I really like the plot synopsis of this. And I really like that it's developed by a French studio. I believe they're called Sandfall Interactive. And it's cool. It's like the world in itself, like the world that they're building is kind of like, it's kind of like a dream, like interesting yet haunting type of world. It kind of reminds me of when I used to read like those books of like people with great adventures and journeys and stuff, and it, like the world and stuff would be so unique and so cool. Kind of reminds me of that. The aesthetic of the game looks like, I don't know, it looks so different from what I'm used to. Of course, it's powered by Unreal Engine 5. Of course, it looks amazing. Looks really, really good. And for the price point, I am not mad at it at all. I think it's what, like $50? That's definitely not bad. Hopefully, it sets a new standard of what RPGs could look like. I've seen a lot of JRPGs that are, you know, really low budget. And I'm not saying this is low budget, but they, you know, they kind of phone it in sometimes. I really want to see what this one is like. It looks like a passion project, and it's cheap enough where people can go ahead and pick it up without any issue. Now, at the heart of the story, the synopsis that I mentioned that I really like, lies the Paintress. So this Paintress is like this godlike figure who paints like a number on the wall, and they have the ability to kind of like end the lives of everybody up to that, you know, that certain age. Like that certain age is where people die. It's a kind of confusing plot for me to explain, but that's just because I'm not really that good at it. But basically, she draws a number. That number would end up dying. The number for this one is 33. That's why it's Expedition 33, and that's why that's that team. And basically, they're trying to stop her from doing that again. You know, it's such a cool concept. It's such an interesting concept. I feel like even though it's simple for people to understand, and it might be a little hard for me to explain, that's a good thing. Because we want a deep narrative in these RPGs. Some RPGs can get away with it being fun and being lighthearted and stuff, and that's not nothing bad with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I really want to see a game like this really dive into a story that I can get behind. Like, nobody wants to play hours of grinding to get to a story they don't care about. That just ruins the game. And it's such a poetic concept, and you know it's going to be like deeper layers to it. Like, where did they get this power? You know, how long have they been doing it? What is the real reason why they're able to do it, and what's the twist behind everything? Because we know it's going to be a twist. The story seems like it's going to be good. But basically, you know, we have our members of Expedition 33. They're the team that's trying to go stop her. It's cool because it's like a difference of traditional turn-based tactics, while they also kind of throw in some real-time mechanics, which is kind of the turn-based combat I like. The combat feels kind of alive. You know, it doesn't really feel like you're selecting moves from a menu all the time. You're dodging, you're parrying, you're countering, a couple rhythm-based attacks to kind of get you in that real-time feel. Definitely gives the game a sort of fluidity and a little bit of depth than a standard turn-based video game that we see all the time in these type of genres. Beyond that, though, I think it's cool because the game offers like a customization system. Players can build on the character synergies, you know, change the stats a little bit, adapt the gear. Now, granted, this sounds like a simple JRPG, like stuff that Final Fantasy has done, stuff that Persona has done, but I noticed that a lot of the games going forward for these newer franchises, not necessarily Persona Final Fantasy, but a lot of the JRPGs or RPG series that come out, they don't really give you a lot of customization. A lot of times, like I said, when I mentioned phoning it in, like even the little aspects of what makes an RPG, a lot of times the games don't do that, like giving you customizable items or weapons that change. Even Final Fantasy kind of don't do that no more in some areas. It's a bold step though. Like the game itself is bold, it's adventurous, it looks really, really good. It looks really fun to play. It's a step forward that kind of shows the respect for the roots of the genre, so I like it, while also kind of planting its way in the future for fans of people that really like the story experience and the narratives and the complex gameplay. Expedition 33 might just well be the next RPG milestone. We'll have to see. We'll have to get my hands on it in a couple days, and I'll probably make some videos for you guys. But with that being said, guys, I think this will be a good game. I think it'll really do well. I think it'll sell well. Obviously, the price is lower than your average game. There's no excuse to not pick it up at this point. I think it's gonna be good. I think that it's just gonna need a couple months to breathe, but it could go down as some of the best work yet. I mean, it really depends on how the story unfolds. It depends on how long the gameplay is. We'll see what that is talking about in a couple days. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.